Hello folks and welcome back to another video on the channel. Now today, or tonight I should say, you join me at the unit. It is a Saturday, it is 11:30 at night, but I want to get cracked on with the Micra. I was pretty bored and we need to paint the door shuts, so that's how I want to start off this week's video. So in the last video on the Micra, you would have seen us painting the back end of the car and the boot on the car as well. And during the week off camera, me and Amy have painted both doors inside as well now. So those are done too. So all that's left on the inside of the car is those door shuts. So that's what I want to get done tonight, just so that we can get the doors back on properly and then they don't really have to come back off after that. So let's do this. First job to do is get the passenger door off the car again. As you can see, it is all pink on the back there now. It looks absolutely unreal. So yeah, we need to get this off the hinges and then that'll give us more access to that door shut. I started off by removing the 4 12mm bolts on the door hinge. Now I did remove the side from the car instead of the side from the door because it just made it a bit easier for myself since it was only me there to remove the door, but after that I could take the sides off from the door itself and then put the hinge back onto the car, if that makes sense, so that I could paint those. I could then start stripping down the actual door shut itself, and I started off by removing that striker, which was just held in with 2 Phillips screws. I then removed this little button thing at the bottom of the door shut. I'm not quite sure what this is called, but again it was just held in with a Phillips screw. It has a little electrical connection to it, so I think it might be to tell the car when the door is shut and when it's open, but I might be wrong. But it was easy to take off anyway. I also made sure to put a little bit of masking tape around it just in case I lost it inside the sill of the car, because that would be a nightmare. Before removing the rubber that goes around the whole door shut, I needed to take off this little plastic trim on the interior. It was just held in with a Phillips screw and this little 10mm plastic screw thing. It was pretty weird, but it was easy to take off. You could even take it off by hand. Once those were out, I could pull that off and then begin taking off the rubber around the door shut, which again is pretty simple, just removing it off the 2 skins of metal, and then it came right off. Now I just had to do the exact same thing to the driver's side of the car, which was even easier this time because I'd already done it once. And there we have it, that is both door shuts stripped down, ready to get sanded, and that is the next part that we need to do, sanding it down. Now we're going to do pretty much the same thing that we've done on the back end of the car. Give it a quick scuff with some 500 grit, and then give it a Scotch-Brite as well. And apart from that, we should be fine, ready to go. So let's do that, let's get it sanded down. So I ended up grabbing a 320 grit disc as well, just in case there were any deeper scratches along that sort of kick plate part, but on the passenger side it was fine luckily. There was just a couple little marks which the 500 got out. So I went round the whole door shut, and then I grabbed a red Scotch-Brite pad as well and went over where I'd already scuffed down with that 500 just to get any last bits. I then moved round to the driver's side, and this time I brought out the sander for this. Obviously since the driver's side is used more often and used every time the car's driven, obviously there was a few more scratches in this, so I chucked the 320 on the sander and got those out first, and then went back over it with a 500 and Scotch-Brite. And there we have it, that is the door shut sanded down on the Micra. Now you'll have noticed I had to sand down a bit more on this side because this is obviously the driver's side. This would have been stepped in more, so there's a couple more scuffs along this part here, but obviously it got them out with the 320 and 500, so we'll maybe chuck a wee bit of aerosol primer over the bare metal bits and then paint straight over it. So we're ready on this side and ready on the passenger side. Now we just need to get the car masked up, so let's do that. For masking up that door shut, I wanted to keep it as simple as possible, so I started off by backmasking around the cutout for where the door would usually go. So we've done this right around the whole thing, and then I could move on to getting the outside piece. Now for this, I wanted to go a wee bit further than where the original paint had been, so I've just went into that inner wing just a little bit, and then obviously just done a flip edge around the rest of the door shut, because we're going to be painting the outside of the car anyway, so it doesn't really matter what we get out there just yet. But there we go. And there we have it, just like that, the Micra is ready to be painted. Well, the door shuts anyway, not the whole car just yet. But there we go, looking really good. So I just need to mix some paint up, get it into the gun and put it onto the car now, and then that's another stage of this full respray done. And we're on 20 to 1 in the morning, so great. But before we start painting, I need to panel wipe those doors shut, so that's what I'm doing here. Just giving it a last wipe just to take off any last grease, wax or anything that might be stuck to that panel, just to get it off before we start putting that paint down. And as per usual with 2K paint, we're mixing this up at a ratio of 2 to 1, so you can see I'm putting the actual paint itself in there first, and then I can go in with the hardener after that, and then mix it all together and get it into the gun. Once I've got the paint in the gun, I can get the first coat onto that door shut. With this, I'm just going over it nice and lightly so that we don't want to end up putting too much on and then it all runs off or starts reacting. So we're just going nice and light for this first one here. You can see how quickly we got over the shut on that first coat, so I'm doing pretty much the exact same thing with this second coat, keeping my distance from the panel and just going over it nice and fast too. I then got on with a third coat of paint, and this time you can see I'm going a lot heavier with that paint, putting it closer to the panel and going a bit slower this time too, so we get a nice finish on this one. I did end up doing a fourth coat as well, but I didn't film that. And there we have it, that is the door shuts painted. So there is 4 coats on total on there and it looks absolutely amazing. Look at the shine on them. It's showing up really weird on the camera, it looks almost red still, but in person it's definitely pink. It looks absolutely amazing. I'm so chuffed with these. They look unreal. And I've obviously went a bit further than Nissan did when they painted them in the factory. We've got all the hinges done as well, so we've killed 2 birds with 1 stone with doing them on the car. It saves doing them individually or whatever, but yeah, looks amazing, man. Really happy with that. So I just need to demask this now because it's pretty much dry, because the hardener we use with this is the super fast drying stuff from Micra. It's absolutely unreal, and as you can see it's a good hardener for getting a nice finish as well. So yeah, this can all come off now. So there we go, the door shuts are painted as the first bit of progress in this video, and there we go, a 20 to 2 in the morning finish. But I'm so happy with the results, it looks amazing. We'll get this demasked, but next time I come up, we'll let it cure fully and then we'll take the masking off. But so happy with that. I can then remove all of that masking tape back off of the car now, and you might notice that the car is still missing some front wings. We had to chuck the original ones out because they were too rotten. So to replace those old rusty wings, Amy has bought herself a set of these, the finest front wings for a Micra from Taiwan. Now these already come with a sort of primer on them, but it's not great. I've seen nightmares in the past with bumpers that come in primer like this, or these metal panels that come in this sort of primer. So what do we need to do with these before we paint them is get them into epoxy primer, because I've already had these wings out the boxes and they're not damaged at all. There's no dents, so there's no point high building them. So I've got epoxy primer sitting there, that same green stuff that we put on the car, and that's what we're going to be putting on these wings. It should be plenty to put underneath that paintwork, and then we can obviously put the stem ribbon colour over the top after giving it a little scuff once it's dry. So that's what we're going to do this evening. Get these out the box, sand them down, and get them into epoxy primer. Let's do it. So I got the wing unboxed, and this is what it looks like once it's out the box. You can see it looks pretty good, there's no dents or that, but as you can see they do come with some blemishes sometimes. This little bit here, I don't know if you can quite see it, but it looks like a little ripple in that primer, so it's good that we're doing this. So I could have easily sanded these down with a 180 or something, but it's not really necessary, so I used a PT.3 disc on the sander and got it all scuffed down. I then grabbed a Scotch-Brite pad once again and just went over the panel again and went round all the edges and even some of the back as well. I could then do the exact same thing on the other wing, take it out the box, get it all scuffed down with the 320 and then go over it again with the Scotch-Brite pad. Really simple stuff. I then needed to mix up that epoxy primer now, and this is mixed at a ratio of 1:1. So I want to mix up 200ml of the stuff, so we're going up to the 100 line with the primer itself and then up to that 200 mark with the hardener. I then mixed that all together and got it into my gun, and now we were ready to spray. And I'm getting on with the first coat now. I'm using my new gun here, and you can see I'm only putting a light coat on here, but it's still chucking it out. This gun is brilliant, and that primer's going on really nice too. I can now get on with the first coat of primer on the passenger side wing, and once again the gun is chucking it out. It is absolutely brilliant. So I started off with my edges on this side for some reason. I don't know why, we were just switching it up obviously, but there we go, easy again. This is the second coat now, and you can see I'm putting it on a lot heavier now, and I'm just going to leave you to watch me putting it on. So now that Amy's wings are into primer, we need to jump back onto this thing, the front bumper for Amy's car. Now it looks absolutely terrible at the moment, but we just didn't manage to get it finished in the last video. So my goal for this video is to get this into primer. Now, if you watched last week's video, you'll have seen us get these all smoothed off. They had bump strips here, going right around here. So I smoothed them all down and then started filling them and got them to this stage. And there also used to be that line running down there, and I filled that too. So I've completed this side pretty much. I mean, it's never going to be perfect because there actually was a wee dent here in the bumper. So I've tried to get that as best as possible, and obviously tried to get the bump strip as well. But these bump strips actually stuck out so far compared to the rest of the bumper, so it took ages to try and flatten them down as best as possible, and then obviously get the filler done as well. So I'm happy with this side. We'll see what it looks like in primer, but I need to sand down the rest of the filler on this side of the bumper. Now you can see it's a bit more in patches on this side. I was just trying to fill up some of the blemishes in it and then try to get this line a bit better too. So I need to sand down the filler on this corner, and then we can sand down the rest of the bumper and get it into primer eventually. But the rest of the bumper is not too bad. A couple of little dings and stuff down the bottom. And apart from that, it's actually pretty good. And then that's really it. Aye, so we'll get this sand down and then get it into primer. So I started off by sanding down that last piece of filler on the bumper first. I just used a 180 on the sander for this. There was no point really using a block because the whole shape of this bumper is curved. There's not really any straight edges, so I could end up making it look worse by using the block on it. So once I got that filler sanded down, I just started sanding down the rest of the bumper using 180 as well, because it was quite covered in stone chips. This was the original paint for this bumper, so it's obviously never been redone, so you can imagine the amount of stone chips in it. So I just got it all sanded down at the same time. And there we have it, just like that. The front bumper is ready for primer. It was an absolute nightmare getting the old sticky tape off of that front number plate plinth thing, but we got it there in the end. I had to put some thinners on it and stuff and soak it up, but we got there. Filler's all sanded down now as well, and we've took most of the stone chips and that out as well, so we're all ready for primer. I just need to mask up this front grille, which is a bit of a faff, but I need to do it. So we'll get this masked up and then I'll get back to you. Then got the primer mixed up and into the gun as well. This is mixed at a ratio of 4:1, but most of these already know that anyway, and now I could put it onto the bumper. And like always with the first coat, we are just dusting it on there, keeping it nice and light, and then we can build it up with the next coats. I made sure to mix up plenty of highball primer for this job because that bare plastic and filler was going to soak up a lot of coats of this, so I made sure to do about 5 coats in total. So unfortunately that is all the progress I'm going to be able to give you guys in this video, because it is literally Wednesday when I'm filming this outro, and I was here late last night doing those the bumper and those wings. So yeah, cutting it super fine for this week's video, but it was pretty hard to find some time to get some work done on the car this week, but we still managed to get some progress. So door shuts, front bumper that I've now roughly fitted up to the car just to see what it's going to look like. It looks a whole lot better than it would have done originally. Front bumper, I put it on roughly just with the 3 bolts along the top, and that's going to look so much better with those bump strips smoothed and those little lines as well. I put a little bit of aerosol black paint on there just to give us a guide coat for when I sand the primer down. But yeah, that's going to look so cool once it's all painted up. Obviously, once it's painted as well, it will get that Laguna splitter back along the bottom as well, so it'll have a lot lower of a profile once it's all back together. But it's definitely looking like a car again with that bumper on. Obviously, the other piece that we got done was those front wings. Yeah, they look a lot better now in the green epoxy primer, so those just need to be sanded down with maybe a 500 or something, and then we can paint right over the top of them. And as you can see, there is the old wings just beside them. Look at the rotten name. That other one behind it as well, absolutely rotten. Especially down the bottom, they look absolutely terrible. So it's a good thing that we've got these new wings to go on. But as you can see, just an update for the upstairs, it's a bit of a part spin. We've got the back bumper for the car, the wraparound spoiler, the mid spoiler somewhere up here as well. We've got the subwoofer, the parcel shelf, just loads of random stuff. But yeah, wings completed in this video as well. And just a little update on these door shuts for you. I did actually flatten down the bottom piece of the door shut just to get it a bit cleaner. So this needs to be polished back up and I can build this all up. I've already done the other side. You can see the trim and the rubber's back on around there. So these are pretty much complete as well, which means we can get the doors back on eventually too. So I'm sure you will see that in the next video. But there we have it. That's going to do it for this week's video. I know it is a bit shorter, but as I say, we were a bit tight for time on this week. But we've still managed to get quite a lot done. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please make sure you like this video, comment down below and subscribe to the channel if you're new or you're watching my videos and you're not subscribed. See you guys in the next one. Bye.